Okay. So, this just came to mind out of nowhere. So I'm gonna do a whole tier ranking video on the Twisted Wonderland characters, and give you my thoughts on them. So we got all these. I don't think I'm gonna need all of these. I have like pretty positive opinions, so most of them are gonna probably end up like right here. Um, so we'll see if we need these other categories, but let's just start with it. Okay, so Riddle I like. He's got the most development that we've like actually seen out of any of the Twisted Wonderland characters. Like he's becoming more lenient and more like relaxed and starting to do a little bit more like fun, silly, goofy things. Like the escape room. Oh, he did an escape room with Ruggy. Like they were going to at least. I think they did. I think they went to an escape room together with Ortho. That was nice. I like him. Good character. I wouldn't say he's like one of my favorites, but I do like him. So like B tier is like a decent place. Oh my goodness. Okay, Ace. I have so many mixed thoughts. I like him. He's an asshole. He's the most accurate depiction of a 16-year-old in this entire game. But also, he's an accurate depiction of a 16-year-old. So he's really annoying sometimes. But like, I can kind of forgive that because he's got like a lot going for him, like in a good way. Like he's funny, he's charismatic, he's like tries to be a bad boy and absolutely fucking fails. He's kind of growing on me. Like I like him. Uh, I hate liking popular characters. I'm joking, but I kind of do just like him. He's fun. He's silly, goofy, very silly and goofy. I like him. B tier because he's. I would give him Ace tier for Ace, but like I don't like him that much. Okay, maybe later he'll be here if I like learn to like him more. But right now, B tier. Deuce. I'm gonna get hate for this, but C tier. Actually, maybe B. I don't know. Deuce has had the opposite effect of Ace for me. Like I liked a I liked Deuce a lot at the start, and I didn't really like Ace at the start. But like now I'm starting to like Ace more than Deuce. Deuce is just kind of boring. Like he's funny. He's a very good boy. He's very like just he like I like his story. He's the most like I think he has like the most like details in his backstory that we get from like non-overblotters or those related to overblotters. So like other than like Callum or Ortho, he like who have like relationships with like Idia and Jamil who overblot. Uh, Deuce, um, we got a lot of his backstory just solely out of being his friend, and we haven't really gotten that for Ace yet. I wonder if that's ever gonna come up. But like, I do like his motivation. He's a good character. Don't get me wrong. He's a good boy. I, he just does nothing for me a lot. I like him. That's as much as I can say, but I don't like him as much as the B tiers. Okay, this is gonna be a hot take. Trey Clover. Boy, it could go either way, honestly. Um, I think A tier maybe. This might change to S tier. I fucking love Trey. Actually, no, S tier. I fucking love Trey so much. You guys have no idea. He's so fucking petty. He's like the most realistic, like character. He's like the most normal character in the entire game, and he's such a petty bitch. I love him. Why is he like that? Like in his dorm vignette, he was like, "Oh, you all made a cake because you didn't like how samey my cakes were. Well, you fucked up your cake, and I have a perfectly good one here. But you might as well eat yours first. You know, no food waste. Like, what the fuck, man? That is so petty. And like put he made Jade get like a high quality cake from a bakery, even though he could have just like had Jade get any cake, and Riddle would have been like, "Oh, I'll respect the workmanship and crafts of the person who made this cake." Like it didn't need to be like that high of a quality cake. It just needed to be a strawberry cake or whatever. So that was really funny. The fact that he's literally like shocked, he's like shocking to literally everybody once you realize that he doesn't do this just because he's a friend of Riddle's. He does this because he wants Riddle to chill out. Like, goddamn. I also like his like backstory with Riddle's mom. Like seeing your mom or your parents get like scolded by somebody else and have them be like completely helpless in that situation. That's gotta do something for a child, you know. I worry about him. Okay, Cater Diamond, A tier. I have nothing to say really, other than he's just really funny. He's so funny. He's the funniest character in the entire game next to Idia, I swear. He's so funny. I love him. I kind of like how like he's a fake bitch, but in like a depressing way. I, like he's got identity issues. I think. I think he's got like if you can make clones of yourself, I think that automatically means you have identity issues. I'm just saying. Like if the signature spells speak to the person who has them, then that's saying a lot about Cater. I would follow him on Instagram, even though I don't use Instagram. I would follow him. Azul. A tier. I like Azul. Yeah, A tier. Azul's really funny. He reminds me a lot of Grunkle Stan from Gravity Falls younger. He's such a con artist. And he's so scammy and he's just a capitalist and like you know what? I love depicting capitalists as villains. Like he started a whole business at the age of like 16 because like I think he made the Monster Lounge before his second year. So he started a whole business at 16 and he collects coins. He is a grandma. He's so old despite being like just 17. He's like fucking ancient. What the hell? Why is he like that? What? Like, play some Pokemon. Like, do something. Like, have some fun. I think Azul would like Pokemon. I think he'd like Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. I think he'd be that kind of guy. All right, so the twins, I'm gonna put them both in B tier because I have like the same thoughts on them. They're fun. I like Jade a little bit more than I like Floyd, but like they're still like both pretty good. Um, I like how like despite them being like Loki kind of contrasty, or how they both contrast each other with like Jade being a lot more formal and dressing properly, and Floyd being Floyd and dressing like he doesn't even button up his shirt. Like button it up. Be whatever. He's they're both fun. I don't really have a lot to say about them though. I I haven't like really gotten into their characters. All I know is that they're just kind of fun. I like what they did in like book 4, where like Jade used his signature spell on Callum. Speaking of signature spell, he has the scariest one. I don't care. Like if someone could force me to say out the truth, I would just kill myself. Oh, I can't say that on YouTube. You know, like the joke. I'm not editing. As for Floyd, he's fun. I like the fact that he got like a deep voice out of nowhere. Like, how did Azul make that happen so fast? Like, how did we not notice that? Like, it happened. It had to happen in like a short time period because like I'm pretty sure Floyd woke up that morning and had like a normal voice, and then he suddenly got a deep one. I think it's because his like voice actor was sick or whatever. I don't know. So he got like a deep fried voice, and then it went back to normal. That was funny. Uh, oh boy, Callum. Uh, um, I kind of like him. There was a thread on Twitter that was like going deep into like Callum's mindset and how he like lives his whole life in denial and like how he uh how he like lived through assassination attempts and kidnappings and is like still like living in denial that his siblings try to poison him, even though like literally everybody and their moms know that his siblings try to poison him. And his dad just admitting that like, oh, this is just a part of being the heir to the Asim family. Like, okay. Um, so I do find like his psychology interesting. What I don't find, he's kind of just missed potential because like they really fucked him up bad, and like book five could have been like such a good point for him to like develop and like start to realize all the wrongs that have happened to him. Like what Jamil did to him was not okay, but like Jamil was also justified in what he did. But like he could learn to like understand morality being gray and like not black and white because he's very like positive mind thinking and like it can only be good or bad. I think he could um I think he could like develop more from there, but he didn't. Book five really like messed him up because he had like a potential arc, and then it just went like totally forgotten about in the entire rest of the book. Like they didn't do anything with that. They could have made the book longer, considering like book six was like 85 fucking chapters. Like okay, whatever. They could have done a lot more with him. I wish that they like show him a little bit like of his other personality traits, like not personality traits, but like other emotions other than like sad or happy. Like make him like angry or something, like do something. That's what I'm gonna say. Jamil, the most justified overblot in the entire game. Not the most justified. They're all justified in their own way, but Jamil. Goddamn, if I was in his shoes, I would be in jail. I would go to prison at the age of 7. What the fuck? He has to deal with so much. And like the fact that he maintained that for so long and he made this absolutely convoluted plan to like get Callum thrown off. And like I got a feeling that like a part of him might have known that it wouldn't have worked because no doubt in my mind that the Asim family knows about Jamil's signature spell. Because like why would they entrust Jamil with Callum so much if they didn't know every little thing about Jamil? Because like Jamil's with Callum all the time and is the one protecting him. Maybe they just didn't care enough. Like what I'm trying to say is that like I'm pretty sure the Asim family would have known that Jamil probably used his signature spell on Callum to like get him overthrown or whatever. But like maybe they just don't care. That wouldn't surprise me. Jamil's really funny. I think we get to see the most internal dialogue out of any of the other characters. Like we get to see like internal monologue. I like what he did with book 6 and Leona. I liked how it showed that Jamil is not the best at what he does, despite him thinking that he's been holding back and that he's actually better than all these other people. He's actually still got things to go through and things to learn. But at the same time, he has fought off assassins and like kidnappings because of Callum. So I don't blame him for thinking that he's hot shit if he has to do that. Like all slay Jamil, slay. Oh boy. Okay. Hot take. I don't care for Epel. I just don't. He does nothing for me. Absolutely nothing. I feel no emotion towards his character whatsoever. He's kind of annoying. Actually, maybe E was a little bit bad. Maybe F. Because, like, I feel nothing. Literally nothing. I don't care about him in the slightest. He could die tomorrow and I'd be like, oh, okay, that happened. Like, I wouldn't feel anything. I don't like his character that much. The toxic masculinity thing was... I have mixed thoughts on how it was written. Like, I get, like, why Deuce was the one to, like, talk to Eppo in that beach scene, and that was kind of homosexual. That was... I think the fact that, like, Epel's whole thing was, like, I don't want to be feminine at all. And then, like, the whole point of Ville's teaching was, like, oh, it's okay to be feminine. Like, I think that message came across sort of mixed to me. Maybe I need to reread book six because that not book six, but book five because that whole book was fucking. Ugh, it was so badly paced, and it was just bad overall. Um, he was okay in book six, I guess. He was there. His signature spell's pretty cool. I like what they did with like the whole like the apple making people sleep and all. That was pretty cool. But like that's about it. I don't care about his character at all. He's the least interesting of the first years to me. I got nothing good to say about him. He's just boring and bland to me. Speaking of boring and bland, Vil. Okay, this is a hot, hot take. Spitting out the piping hot tea. Um, I don't like him. He's so annoying. Like the entirety of book six, I was like, when is he gonna shut up? Not book six, book five. I keep mixing those up, but when I say book six, I mean book five. Book five, he was so annoying, and I don't like how he treats Appel. Despite me like not liking Appel, I also don't like how Vil treats Appel. Like he made Appel like wash the windows outside with no safety. Like that could have seriously hurt Appel, and like it didn't cross his mind that that could have happened or whatever. Um, all for beauty. I don't like how he like kind of forces Apple to do these feminine things despite him being uncomfortable with it. I think he should have like eased Apple into it more than like just forcing him. Why did he pick Apple of all people to be like this like the poison apple? Like is it ever explained why Vil took a shining to Apple? Like I know that like Apple's like country and like Vil doesn't like country because anything other than proper English is bad and like accents are bad. Like why the fuck was that a thing? Like why is Apple's accent like constantly like seen as like a bad thing? Like it's literally just a cultural difference. Like why does Vil see that like that? Like I don't know. That's kind of weird. I also don't like how Vil treats like people like Leona and like the other like who was it? Who was like he was also pretty mean. He's pretty just mean to Leona and Epel and like I guess Grim sometimes, but like he doesn't really care about Grim. That's kind of funny. He doesn't give a shit about Grim. That's really funny actually. Um but like yeah, he's just boring. I don't listen. I get why he overblotted. Okay, I'm not saying that his overblot reason was stupid or whatever. I just think that he's just done a lot that should go punished. Like he should like be punished for like how he treated Appel or like um he's so far the second character who has attempted to kill somebody. Like okay. And like that never had like any other consequences other than the fact that they lost the VDC. Um So, like, I don't know. Vil, I don't like him. Moving on. Rook. Okay. Best Palmfior character by far. And when I say by far, I mean he's ahead of Trey. I love Rook Hunt. He is so funny for no reason. He is so out of pocket. He is absolutely crazy, but in like a good way. He's also one of the most mature students in the entire game. Like he voted Nage solely because Nage had a better performance and he wants to stick true to what he thinks is right. And he's very poetic. He's very he's just silly goofy, honestly. Like okay, how he treats Leona and Ruggy are weird, I admit that. That's a bit side eye. Like side eye. But other than that, he's pretty fun to be around. I like his relationship with Trey. I think that they're funny together. Um, Rook just has like this aura about him. Like remember that time in Spectral Halloween where like Sebek was freaking out and Rook placed Sebek's hand on his heart and being like, See how fast it's beating? It's because I'm panicked too, but I know that being calm is the right way to go about it. And then Sevik calmed down, and Trey whispered to Rook like, "Don't tell me you can like control your heartbeat." And Rook was like, "I'll let you decide." Like that was so funny. He's so funny. I love Rook Hunt. He's great. Love you, Rook. Love you lots. Like honestly, this might just be like my top five or top six up here. And then these are like the runner-ups. I should organize these more, but like, uh, yeah, sure, that works. Idia, okay. I love Idia. I do think he is the funniest character in the game. I know I keep bringing up like the funny factor, but come on, this game is funny. Idiot's speech pattern in the English version, which I play by the way. I don't know if I told you that at all, but this is coming from an EN player. Um, Idiot's speech pattern is so wild to me. Like, why did they do that to him? And I'm so thankful that they did that to him because, good God, it was great. I love that. Fucking, he tried to dox somebody who used like um, a dox website that he made, I think, in his like dorm vignette. And he was like, "I'm gonna dox you, you fucking shrimps." Like, oh my God, what the hell? Um, that was wildin'. Wildin'. His overblock, like book six as a whole, kind of fell flat for me a little bit. I still think it's good. I like how it's like, oh, it's the end of the world. Gotta get your shit together. Um, all right. Speaking of book six, I forgot to mention Vil was okay in book six. That's the only good thing I have to say about him. Anyway, moving on to India. Um, he's just. I get why he's like that. Like honestly, he's very you have to have a certain taste to like him. Like he's like the quote unquote relatable like weeb that some like animes have, and like some animes do that badly. I think in Twisted Wonderland they did it well with Idia because like he's very like three dimensional with why he's like that. It's a coping mechanism, and like I think that's pretty cool to show off how like video games and being a shut in is like a coping mechanism to some people, and that like they can't control that. And like Idiot just doesn't like people. He hates every person in this entire school. What a man, honestly. Like, I don't blame him. I hate these bitches. I'm joking. I love them. Ortho. Underrated, honestly. I wasn't expecting to like Ortho this much, but like, goddamn. I think the reason why I hated him at first in book six was because he made me do those stupid mini games, and I wanted to kill him a second time. Um, but other than that, he has a really like compelling story. Like, imagine being a robot meant to replace your brother's brother, but not being able to fulfill that purpose. So you're just doing your absolute best. And like, one thing I want to know is that like, if Idia never made Ortho, I'm pretty sure Idia would have a better chance of moving on. I'm sorry if you can hear my cat. Um, I'm pretty sure Idia would have a better chance of moving on, but like since he made Ortho, he is constantly reminded of his like mistakes and failures, and shut up, and and I just think Ortho is a lot more compelling than Idia. Not by a lot, but like a bit more compelling than Idia because like Ortho never asked for this, but he does what he can. And also he's just really fucking funny. Like you can tell that they're brothers because like because like Ortho was like, if you don't save my brother, I'm going to vaporize the actual school. And everyone was like, all right, let's do this. Like and he also was the one that like got the whole world to like get into like he almost ended the entire world. Like he is so quick to murder, and like, you know, considering he's made based off of a dead person, I don't blame that. Like, yes, bitch, murder. Oh my god, I'm yawning. Okay. Next up, Leona King Schola. S tier. Um, he's just great. I love him so much. I could talk about how he should have been like the book six. In my opinion, he should have been like the book before Diasomnias. Like um, it would have been Heartslibble, and then Octavanel, and then Scarabia, and then Pomfiore, and then Ignihide, and then Savannah Claw, and then Diasomnia. Because I think that would have been funnier. And also, like, in book five, they made like Neige Blanche to like be the Snow White. Um, but like they could have like had a whole thing. Like in book six, we went to a whole like secret organization. We could have gone to the palace of Sunset Savannah and see Falena for ourselves, or Farana, whatever you want to call him. But and like see Leona try to kill him, but like we didn't get that. So book two did my man pretty dirty. A lot of people judge him based off of book two. Um, I personally think it could have been better, but like overall, I think Leona's like really misunderstood compared to the others because like everyone sees him as like this mean person, even though like he's literally just a guy. He's literally just a depressed man living a null life because he knows that his life will have no meaning or impact because he doesn't have that power because he's not the firstborn. So he's doing his best over here, and like y'all are just being mean to him. Like, oh, you tried to kill Malleus. Well, that bitch deserved it. Malleus should have died in book two. That would have been the big twist. Malleus. Um, I think people like, oh boy, people make him out to be a lot ruder and lazier than he actually is. He is lazy, but he's not that rude. Like, Eppo literally bumped into him one time, and all he did was like scoff and then kept walking. Like, goddamn. Like, he doesn't care. He doesn't care unless you bother him. Like, if you bother him, like, actively, like Brooke would, like, if you bother him, he doesn't like you because, like, he wants to be left alone to, like, sulk. And, like, I think that's one of the main things people forget about Leona is that, like, he's only, like, mean if you, like, are bothering him. He just wants to sleep. Like he and Idia are like such like fucking insomniac depression, narcoleptic depression. Like okay, we two sides of the same coin. This guy likes chess. This guy likes like Project Sekai or whatever. What the hell? All right, Jack Howell. Add row above. Uh, and we'll make it a nice purple. Ahem. Jack Howell. Favorite character by far. I could talk about this man for absolute ages. Oh my god, I love Jack Howell. He's the best character. He is so. Oh my god. I have several Twitter threads about this man, and I will never stop talking about this man. I will never stop thinking about this man. Did you know that his birthday card, like the Union jacket and the like birthday boy, they both came to me in the first 10 pull I did on both banners. Like, and I also got his Portfest card in 20 pulls. So obviously, me constantly thinking about him is paying off. I'm gonna get every card of his. But okay, he's just such a guy. He is so morally grounded, but at the same time, he's such a good leader. Like, I think when Leona graduates, Jack will be the next Savannah Claw leader, not Ruggy. Mostly because Jack has shown so many times to be like such a good leader. Like in Portfest, he got everybody to do like the what was it called? Like I forgot what it was called, but like using like inanimate like using like brooms and pans. I forgot what it was called, but like you know what I'm talking about. Like he made them buy into the idea that they should like do a different way of doing the song, and he came up with that by himself. And like he is so competition focused. Like he very much loves playing fair and having a good competition. But he's people make him out to be like just too nice. He is like one of the nicer characters, but he's a bit devious too because he like sometimes manipulates people. Like he manipulated Floyd's like ego to like get him to like take the Beanfest seriously, and like got Floyd worked up like just by giving him a good fight. The fact that he went head to toe with Floyd and like lived, and Azul was like, "Bitch, stop! Bitch, stop!" That was so funny. Like Azul did not want that. Azul was like, "Dude, literally stop." Absolutely insane. I love that. Uh, he also like he can trick people. Like he not like he literally skipped class in book three solely to you know defeat Azul. Also, I learned that recently, like in Japan, like the Japanese version, he puts a pause before saying Azul Senpai, which he does for all like his seniors and the second and third years, and like not for the first year. He struggles to do it with Azul because like he doesn't want to be rude, but at the same time, he doesn't like Azul. I love that for him. Honestly, get that man. Um, and like Azul's Broomkay birthday, honestly, was so funny. Jack should drag more people. He should like he's a lot more like he's a bit shady. He can throw shade. Like in the chats, he said like he's not surprised that Ruggy doesn't have a backbone. Like oh my god, I love you. um, he's like more he's morally upright, but at the same time, like there's a reason why he's in this school, and I think he fits in quite well. I do like the fact that we don't know what he's twisted on, and I want to keep that mystery. Let's just never find out. Let's just never find out. Let's never find out. I don't care. I don't care. Honestly, hot take. I don't like how like Disney is being like way more incorporated into Twisted Wonderland for like the Stitch event or like the silver cards. Like I don't want to see movie screen caps. Like the statues are enough. Alright, whatever. I have a lot more to say. I could do a whole video on him. I'm not because I'd have to make a script and that'd go on forever because I just have so much to say about Mr. Jack Howell and how he defies everyone. Oh my god, love him. I love him so much. Alright, Ruggy. Honestly, God, I should just make a Savannah Claw tier list because, like, it's not even. There's a big gap between Leona and Rook. I still like Rook, but there is a big gap between these two. But whatever, we're too late into it already, so whatever, it'll work. Ruggy, I like him a lot. Probably my second favorite character. As you can see, because this is my first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. I gotta organize these. Anyway, Ruggy, he's such a scamp. He's just a guy. I like him so much because like he's poor and I can relate to that, and he does what he can. I like how innovative he is. He's so like he's so quick to jump the gun whenever something can um help him out. Like he literally everybody knows that every time he's like kissing up to somebody, it's fake, but like it works every time. Literally, like everybody knows that he only like kisses up to people to like get what he wants because like he's poor and he needs stuff. And like honestly, work. Honestly, he he's just such a guy. I love him so much, and Savannah Claus is just my favorite dorm. If you can't tell, like I love them a lot. Um, I just think that uh, Ruggy is just so fun to be with any character. Like he's the only character where I think he could work with literally anybody and it'll be funny. Like literally any character, and it would be funny. It would be fun. He'd scam them. He'd tease them. He's just a little guy. He's just a little guy. He's just a little guy, y'all. He I wonder why they didn't make three hyenas. He got three hyenas operating that brain. Oh my god. And he's really talented too. Like he didn't have a proper education before going into NRC, and then like he's not the greatest in his grades, but like he's doing his absolute best because he knows that his grades do matter and that like they'll put food on the table, and like he's so family oriented. Like he does everything solely because of his family, and I think that's really sweet. I think family is like a theme with Savannah Claw. Like I don't think of them as found family, but like I think family as a theme. Like Leona's family is complicated. Ruggies is complicated. Jack, we don't know. We should get a Jack event. Jack SSR hometown event. Give it to me, please, and thank you. Like I think we should dive more into like how all these characters' families are, because we only know like a select few. Like we know the Overblotters, and we know Deuce, and we know Ruggies and Trey. Like I want more. I want more of the families. Give us more of the families in general, because I want to see like who raised these bitches. All right, Malleus. I don't care for him. I really don't care for him. I really don't. I just. He's so boring. He really thinks that this is like a fucking dating simulator with fucking coming to Yu's house at night. Like, okay, sir, get off my lawn. Like, go away. Like, I don't care. He's boring. The spectral event made me mad because literally nobody called him out for like not noticing that like kidnapping the entire student body and then having them be possessed by ghosts is a bit scary to the ones that didn't get possessed. It's a bit intimidating. And then he gaslit everybody saying like, oh, it's your fault because you didn't ask the ghost. Bitch, what? He has such an unchecked ego. I want to see that popped in like book 7. I hope he like crumbles, cuz like he obviously thinks highly of himself. Literally everybody in the school does. But like I think his ego is so high and his loneliness is so big that it just kind of caves in on itself. Like I don't know. I don't care about his character at all. He's just annoying. And like he's not even annoying. He's just boring. Like I can't think of a single time where I thought he was interesting or said something funny. And like I can think of that like about every other character. Like if they said something funny or that they said something like not boring, but like something interesting or whatever. I can't think of a single time Mali said something interesting. I can't. The only time I can remember he'd done anything like somewhat interesting was that one time he like got Deuce out of class to fix a Tamagotchi. That was the only time where it was a little funny for Malleus, and it was unintentional because Lilia gave it to him. Speaking of Lilia, he's whatever. Okay. You're starting to notice a pattern down here. I don't like them, or I think they're boring. And Lilia, honestly, okay, D tier. Because Lilia has a whole, like, that fucking general card that he got, that shit looks absolutely stunning. That's like one of the best cards we've gotten in a long time. Like, that shit was magnificent. I think it's very cool. Lilia himself, He's just an old guy who says something funny sometimes. I don't know. Like, I'm not that into his character. DSOMI is my least favorite dorm, if you can't tell. And it's pretty much tied with Pomfiore. Pomfiore at least has Rook, but the others, no, no. Oh boy. Uh, what else can I say about Lilia? He's funny sometimes. He's forgetful. Bro's gonna die in like the next 5 years or whatever because he's like 700. Like, amen to that, Lilia. Age is. How did he even get into NRC in the first place? Like, is it because he's like Malleus's guardian or whatever? But like, that's his grandma. How did Lilia get into NRC if he's 700? And he's 700 a year ahead of Silver, his son, which like you think that they'd be in the same year because Lilia wants to make sure his son's okay or whatever. But like, it's kind of not giving. Okay, never mind. That the card was not enough. Silver gets to share a spot with his dad. I like Silver. Actually, no, he gets to go a bit above. I like Silver. He's the best one out of the Diasomnia cast, I think. Maybe Sebek can tie with him. I just don't really care for anything. He's boring. The only thing that I like about him was his Halloween card vignette where he was like expressing how scared he was about like the future and like how he won't have his friends or like have his father ahead of him or like will have to face off against his father or whatever. And like I think that was a pretty cool way to showcase his like internal thoughts and character from the Spectral Halloween event. That was nice. His narcolepsy, I wonder, it's probably gonna explain in like book 7 because like I know that like they haven't medically diagnosed him or whatever because like we don't know what the fuck is wrong with him. So Slay, I guess. Silver, just a guy, really, just a guy, and like he's doing whatever. I don't know. I used to like him a lot, but like he kind of degraded for me. Like in the novel, he said that he wasn't like mad at Ruggy for like doing the stampede, but he was like just he was sad that Ruggy would do that. Like, bitch, I don't care if you're like the happy like the Callum and Silver and Rook are all light coded, and like I don't care like a white magic coded like they have like the white magic and everyone else has like the dark magic when they use the cosmic spells. Silver, Callum, and Rook have the white ones, which means that they're based off of good people or like heroes or whatever. But like, come on, be mad, bitch. Go crazy. I don't care. Be mad at someone if they do something bad. Like, don't be like, oh, I'm just sad and disappointed. Like, no, get angry, go crazy, get real. Sebek. I'm kind of liking him more and more as the days go on. I know I said Silver's probably the best out of the Diasomnia cast, but Sebek, he is so quick to please somebody. He is so quick to please Malleus or Lilia that it's his comedy's funny. I need to take a drink of water. My mouth is getting dry. But Sebek, I think he's fun. I honestly kind of want to go a bit more into his character because he does intrigue me in some ways. Like he has such a he has such an inferiority complex about like being half fan, half human, and I think that's interesting. He wants to like please Malleus and Lilia so bad, even though that like they already kind of like him. Like they already like, all right, yeah, you're cool, whatever. Like, all right. I think Sebek is very funny at times. I get why he can be annoying, but at the same time, like he wants to be the best and like showcase the best of Diasomnia, and like once he gets past his once you get past the whole uh like oh phase are like much better and humans suck and all that and like all that. He's actually just a nice person, kind of. Like, he's the most stubborn character in the entire game. But, like, literally everybody here is stubborn. Like, they all hate each other's guts. Oh my god. But, like, Sebek, I like him. He's starting to grow on me little by little. Enough to get him into the bottom part of C tier. Um, so yeah, maybe he'll move up, maybe he'll move down. I don't know. I like him as right now. So that's good enough. Crowley, okay. Crowley, the funniest. Okay. I don't get why people hate him so much. I honestly don't know because he's literally just. He's just a sitcom character in this magical boys' school. He is literally just. He's comic relief. He is so funny. He. He makes the students do all, like, the fucking fairy gala, like, oh, okay, y'all can fix it if you want, like, why should we fix it? You're the head mage, you should do it yourself. And he was like, okay, but, like, I don't want to get, like, on the Fate's bad side, so, I'm just, like, gonna cancel school until it's over, but, you know, y'all be held back a year. Sashay away. he, he made everyone, like, try and get Idiot out of the fucking Ghost Sprite event because Ortho threatened to blow up the school, and he didn't like stop Ortho. He didn't like try and fight Ortho on that. Like, also a death on school grounds would have been bad for him. Like, he's so like, I want my public image to be perfect, and then all these bitches are overplotting because they have so much trauma. And he's doing his absolute best to cover it up. Like, the moment somebody gets their hands on those records, it's over for him. Also in book 7, he like, yes, small children, go fight the 5th strongest mage in the world. Like, goddamn. He is so funny. Is he a bad head mage? Sure. But at the same time, he's just really fucking funny, and I think that's all he needs to be because like he's just like supposed to instigate the plot at the start, and like he doesn't have that much of a role in all the overblots. He doesn't like the only ones where he like doesn't have a strong role in it was Scarabia or Pomfury or Ignihide. Like, he didn't really have any role. Like, in book 1, you're friends with Ace and Deuce and you, like, find out about Riddle and all and whatever. In book 2, he, like, puts you on the detective mission. Book 3, he wants you to find a way to, like, have Azul to chill the fuck out. And that's literally all that he's done in the main story. He's funny in the vignettes, I think, and like in the events. And I think that's all he needs to be, because like he's just a funny guy. Grim, annoying, worst character in the entire game. His voice, it's so grating. Not saying that the voice actor is bad, but the voice irritates me to an like it activates my misophonia. Like, it's so bad. Why does he sound like that? He's so annoying. I don't like how like he thinks he's hot shit even though he's not. Book 6, the whole motivation for you is like get Grim back. I did not care about Grim at all during book 6. I was like, thank God he's not here for the majority of it. Like, thank the Lord, cause goddamn. He His only personality trait that I can remember is that like he's hungry and wants tuna, and like he keeps eating rocks, and nobody says anything about the rocks. Like, you know, if a mysterious black rock keeps appearing and you keep seeing it, and you just don't say anything about it, like, I wonder if that has any connection to do with the overblats. Like, what the fuck? That's stupid. I don't. Whatever. The I don't know. I just don't like him. He doesn't have a compelling character for me. He doesn't have any good interactions other than with Ace or Deuce. Like all his other interactions with the other characters are just boring or like uneventful or whatever. Cruel might be worse than Grim. I don't like Cruel. I think he's annoying. I think the whole dog thing is weird to do in a high school. Um, like, don't degrade people. Like, especially okay. It might be because I'm a Jack stan at heart, but Jack does not like being called a dog or like being degraded like that. And Cruel does that all the time, and that's part of the reason why Jack just doesn't like Cruel all that much. But he doesn't say it because he's a professor and he respects him. But anyway, Cruel, worst teacher by far. Um, he's he's whatever. I don't like him. I don't like him. He's weird. He's weird. I don't like him. I don't like him. Let's move on because I just don't like Cruel at all. Train, C tier. Maybe B tier. I don't know. I like him. His cat, sure, why not? Put it. They're basically the same thing. Actually, I'm gonna put his cat in the higher tier because of that vignette with Ruggy. Like where he like convinces that cat. The cat has more personality shown than Train does. I haven't played Glorious Masquerade yet. I've been meaning to, but uh so that might affect my ranking of Train later. But right now, I think he's like the best teacher. He's pretty chill. He's like that classic old strict professor, and like I think he does his job well. I think he's the best like teacher by far. Yeah, Ashton Vargas. No. Uh, no, I don't like him. I can't explain why. I just don't like him. He's just annoying to me. I can't explain why. He might be an F tier, I don't know. I just don't like him. I don't like him at all. And like thankfully he's like not around for a long time, so it's whatever. But like yeah. Sam, the best of the adults, by far. Uh, there we go. He's better than Crowley. Sam, my guy, in stock now. I like that he's like a bit. He's just there, and like he just makes everything better when he's there. Like he's just funny. He like has everything in stock. I like how we don't know how he gets all the shit he gets. Apparently, he has like businesses across the land. I think. Um, what a businessman. I think he and Azul should like have a friendship or like a business relationship. I think that would be really funny to see. Um, he gives me free 10 keys at like the start of every month. So like, thank you, man. Thanks for like supplying the shop. He's the one we get to see the most because like he does run the shop. So amen to that. Uh, I don't know. I also like his design. I think the skeleton look and like the hair and the top hat. It's really cool. I like the purple vibe. I haven't explained this yet, but I do think the designs for most of the characters are good. Um, the only exception, I guess, would be I don't know. I think most of them are good. I mean, of course, we could use less pasty white and more, people color, but that's we're not talking about that now. Anyway, so yeah, Sam, what a guy. I think that concludes this. Sam, what a guy concludes this tier list. This is So messily made. If I didn't make anything make sense, I apologize. This came to me out of nowhere, and I just wanted to do it. So we're here now. I hope you like my tier ranking video, and if you don't, then comment down below why you disagree with me. That's my eyelashes. Who would link me your own ranking or whatever. You know. Um, so yeah, that's about it. Now let me save and download. I don't know how this works. Uh, yep, that's the final. Ta-da. Goodbye, y'all.